That's what I was waiting for. I was like,
that's what we needed,
like,
dude.
Where is it? Come
Just
on.
that one note.
Yeah, like. Right, it's right there.
We just lost all our viewers right
Yeah,
there.
exactly. And we hit 20 and 1.
And 1, yeah.
What's going on, everybody?
What's up?
Yeah, where is Sam? Sam is away at a family birthday party.
Am I not good enough? Where's Sam? It's the first comment? Come on, guys.
I know. Definitely hurt Bo's feelings, Jack.
A little bit.
There's no way that either Bo or I are ever going to learn any intervals now because of that.
Yeah. That's the reason that I'm not going to learn some interval stuff is because I'm offended. Yeah, not because I can't do it.
So if you could definitely press that like button for us tonight.
Caress that like button, yeah.
Caress it. Stroke it.
Stroke it. Yes. Pet it gently.
Yes. Heavy petting. Maybe not. So what's everybody up to tonight? We don't have a big plan or anything for tonight. We were just kind of thinking we were going to hang around and yeah. Have some beers. Hey, Warren, good to see you, man.
Have some beers, play some guitars, and...
Yeah, Warren, I don't know, Diet Coke? Man, do you not drink, Warren? Do you know Warren Hewitt?
I don't know who Warren is.
From, it's okay, so he's an engineer and producer. He's got a massive YouTube channel, but it's more, he does more courses, so he's the guy behind Produce Like a Pro.
Oh, right on. Cool, man.
Yeah. So, good dude. Good to see you, Warren. What show are you going to, Andy? Adrian, good to see you, man. How's the rig working? Yeah.
Robbie's here, right on.
Yeah. The gang's all here except for Sammy.
Also, Andy totally made the day with a nice compliment after I had my feelings hurt, so that was great.
Oh, yeah? You guys are going to snuggle later?
Yeah, we might.
Made up a little bit?
After the show, depends when he's back from the show. Maybe we'll snuggle, yeah.
Is the show in Winnipeg? You have the two least metal guys that...
Play the most, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think one thing we were talking about before, too, is if anybody has any questions during the stream, anything at all that you want to know or want to hear or want us to do,
yeah,
shoot it in the comments and we'll try to accommodate everybody here.
Yeah. What's so it's called Gear and Beer, obviously for a reason, because we like to just mess around with stuff. I'm still trying to learn this Night Sky pedal that we were all kind of fawning over after the stream last week.
I was gonna ask if you had a handle on it yet.
No, not at all, because I literally played with it for like 15 minutes the other night or 20 minutes the other night.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got a sound that I like.
What was the other Strymon that you got recently? There's the Night Sky and the other thing. It's like the magnetic.
Yeah.
It's like a multiple tape reel kind of thing.
It's a tape echo. The Volante.
Volante, yeah. I tried that when you first got it for a stream here, and kind of the same thing. Played it for 15 minutes and found a sound that I liked, but
yeah,
it'll take you years to learn how to use that pedal properly.
It's cool that you could. You can mix in, I really like that you can mix more of the wet or the dry signal. So
yeah.
So that's more of the dry signal coming in. Or if you want, you can pull it and just do the wet signal.
Oh, man.
Which I think I am clipping something badly on this by doing that. So maybe we're going to turn it off.
Maybe let's not do that.
How does the heavy channel work?
Which heavy channel?
Yeah.
There's kind of two heavy channels. There's the purple and the red.
And Scott, what do you mean by how does it work? Is it just you want to hear it? Or, yeah. I mean, you can play, it is pretty heavy. There's 3 aggression levels. I'll set the, you know what, obviously, you probably are more interested in hearing it with something with humbuckers than my Telecaster. Yeah. Maybe just a hair more, touch more. Yeah. I like that I just got
I don't
my
even know how you
cable
did
caught on
that.
that. Ray, dude, I can't play metal. Like the extent of my metal is. I used to be able to play like part of Master of Puppets.
Yeah, some old school metal.
Yeah. So, okay, so we'll start with just going through a little bit of the different gain settings or drive settings on the two high gain channels on this, and then we'll go from there. And Austin, give us a few minutes, and I'll show you the difference between the reverbs that we have programmed now versus the amps reverb. Yeah, if you're looking for a big fat tone, it totally depends on what you're talking about for that. Like, are you more of a 5150 type player, like a little more mid-focused, a little more compressed and nice and tight, or are you looking for that more recto-y, really fat and open vibe,
That red channel sound.
Yeah, that's the red channel on the blue aggression level. So you've got different aggressions you can step through. So I'll step through them as I go here, so you can hear I should probably tell you what they are as I go through them. So here's the aggression level off. Here's the blue level. Here's the red level. And right now I've got the on, which is giving it more bottom end. So if you hear it kind of, I can't use English words.
Yeah. Just try one more time.
To take them out of my mouth, Sorry, guys. The fat switch is adding more bottom end, so it's clipping in my ears just slightly. I don't know if that's what you guys hear on.
It's pretty okay with mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe a little.
So that's without the fat switch. The purple channel. Yeah. You got your G2 on. So
I do. That's gonna
kill that boost.
everything. That's without the aggression on. Blue mode. You can hear it kind of pick up right away too.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Here is the purple channel for me with, I'll step through the aggressions. All I have on right now. I just turned the gate on so that it's nice and quiet. I've got the bright switch on. That's it. So that's off. That's blue. And red. Pretty fat.
Yeah, the red sounds the most angry for sure.
Yeah.
That extra bit of
It's got more bottom end. It's a little more open. It compresses a little bit less, right?
Yeah.
It's not quite as tight, but
personally, so if I'm using either one of the hot channels, the purple or the red, I do that blue aggression mode, and then green channels where I like that red, just to get a little more hair into it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like the red drive mode on the
green channel.
Yep. Nice.
What'd you do?
I lost my ear. I lost my ears, so I can't hear you. It's awesome. So This is I'm on the red level on the green channel. So here's...
Aggression off, right?
Yeah, the drive level off. So it's different. We call it drive on the second channel and aggression on the third and the fourth channel.
Okay.
Just to confuse everybody.
Yeah, totally, yeah.
Yeah. So here's the blue drive. And the red drive. And if you want to get it really fat, I use the G2, or you can use any like overdrive to boost it.
I gotta say too, man, so like, I played through one of these at a festival this weekend. Like, I don't usually play high gain amps like this. I got a pretty extensive pedal board, and for such a high gain machine, they take pedals so freaking well, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, like it's the effect loop on it's really great.
Even like it like drives in front of the amp though too. Like there's no they don't get too muddy.
Yeah.
It's very, very like clear sounding.
Like how many of you guys there have G3 pedals? Sean Tubbs made a rev sound like a dumble today. That's not surprising to me.
Yeah.
How's it going, Justin?
What did Sean do to make it sound like a dumble, I wonder?
His hands?
His hands probably?
Yeah.
Just being Sean?
Yeah. Just being the best guitar player I know. No offense to Sam and everybody else that I know.
Andy saying the green channel is way beefier than he thought. I gotta say too, man, like I have a G2 pedal that I use all the time.
Yeah.
But the green channel built into the amp is like untouchable, dude.
Seems like there's a delay with the stream. Could be. You know, our internet here is not great. But we do have great news about that, and that is in October, Rev is moving to another building from where we are right now, about not far away, but like 3 miles away from where we are, and we have a...
You put it in miles just for all our American viewers?
Yes, exactly. Actually, because I'm horrible for... I don't know how many kilometers that is.
You can tell me in miles, tell me in kilometers, I still don't know.
Let's see, like 5.8 kilometers.
How many minutes is it from here?
3.
There we go, that's the best way to put it, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So our new place, like right now we have to use like wireless internet, like, so it's like, it's not satellite internet, I don't know what you call it. I mean, it's wireless, but what do you call that?
Dial-up?
It's not dial-up. It's not much better. It's a potato. We got potato internet over here. That's about it. Yeah, we do, the new building has fiber lines into it, so there'll be no more of this like, hey, I think we're getting 12 megs a second up. It's great. It's wonderful. It used to be 6. It only costs $400 a month.
Who is that? Gutterman 45?
Oh yeah, so
asking about the GR, what should I get, the GR3 or the G4? Really depends on what you're looking for exactly, man.
yeah, I'll show you both of them. I think I'm a little hot here though. Like, how's that, Manny? So this is the clean channel. I've got the wide on it. I can turn that off. There's the clean channel, and I'm gonna set these two pedals right at noon. Of course, you guys can't see them, but I'll set the gain, volume.
His word for it that he's setting them at noon?
Yes, I'm actually turning 5 pedals on right now in an attempt to make it sound amazing. So here's the G3. And here's the G4. So, G3. G4.
Man, they're set up exactly the same. You can hear such a wild difference between the two of them.
Yes. Oh, you betcha, eh? So, I don't know. Personally, like for rhythm tracks, I would probably use the G4 more than the G3. Like, right? But for leads, I actually prefer like especially if you got some modulation, like. I like how much that cuts, right? Like it's nice and tight. I can turn my gate on here.
Wow.
Yeah. The G4 is a little more scoop sounding. Yeah, for sure. There's quite a bit more mids in the G3. So. Adrian said he had to run. I didn't notice that before, but see you later, Adrian. No plans for a rack-mounted 120 right now. Sorry, dude. It's just pretty difficult to build it into something that fits within like 19 to 20 inches.
Yeah.
That's or however big a rack is. Is a rack 21 inches?
I've
18?
never used a rack before, yeah. I have no idea.
18, 1/8? What? 19.
19. Oh, okay.
Why
Still
didn't you
just
just
flashing
say?
his hand, he had no
why
idea
don't
what
you
this meant, yeah.
Why don't you just say 19? They all know that we're looking at you. I did. I mean, they don't know who you are, but the scary men in the back that have the ability to mute us whenever they feel like it or shut the cameras off. I mean, if anything goes wrong with the stream, we know whose fault it is.
Oh, definitely not ours.
Yes, and the one with yeah, exactly. See what I mean?
As it all goes
then it's
by.
over. So, sorry, I had seen another question. Somebody had asked something about EL34s up above. Stokes, can you show us that? Yeah, it was way up there. Yeah.
I was asking if we used
I don't know.
34s.
I don't know where it went.
I definitely saw it before, too.
I did too. And he's scrolling. I had
Man,
half
you
a
are
beer.
having a tripping trouble today, dude.
I
yeah.
know.
These farmers are strong, brother.
I think I'm having a stroke. Yeah, what are you guys drinking tonight? I've got our friends at Farmery gave us some beers to check out, so I'm trying the Pioneer Harvest Stout tonight, which is pretty smooth.
Pretty smooth.
Yeah.
I've got the Endless Summer Lager, dude.
Oh, how's that?
It's good. It's infused with your sun-kissed hop oil.
I think they're lying about Endless Summer. I think we have about 3 weeks of it left.
Yeah.
And then it's over here, so. All right, what do you got there, Stobes? KV88. Ike, are you meaning KT88? If so, we have KT88s here, and you can order your generator with them. Yes, I have tried it many times. Lots of guys have ordered with that. It's awesome. It is. Oh, Mitch was the one that said EL34s. Yeah, with KT88s, I find that like it does get a little bit stiffer for me.
Yeah.
And like I'm mainly playing Telecasters and Strats and wanting kind of bluesier tones, so that's not really my favorite thing.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
the bottom end punch on the KT88s for any of that, like
I
you know,
played
like
with 88s before, yeah.
like
I
that.
already built some.
Oh, I should actually. It's pretty great. So that pumpkin spice crap will be out soon. Yeah.
Robbie Timms, I'm just drinking Canadian. Nothing wrong with that, dude. Are you stepped down right now?
Yeah, or a half down. No, I didn't tell you. I just
Yeah,
made
no,
it
didn't tell me
impossible for
were
you to
just,
play. Yeah.
confusing me. I just got
Sorry.
way louder all the time.
That's how the volume pedal works.
Yeah.
And the volume control.
It all
on
controls
your
my
headphones.
monitors and my ears, yeah.
Yeah, both of those things. I do love that because I harassed you about your yellow sunglasses that you keep wearing them even though they're broken.
Even though they're broken, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna not wear them anymore, yeah.
Yeah, it's the best thing ever.
Hey, as long as you're signing my paychecks, man, I'll do whatever you need to do.
Fair enough. There's gonna be a whole other type of stream later.
Within
boys.
within reason.
So, Bo's giving everybody free guitar lessons for the next month.
If you want them from me. There we go.
There you go.
I love these guitars, dude.
I love it too. That's... Oh man, thank you, Dr. Kangamungus. I hope I said that right.
It looks like you said it right, yeah.
Dude, that's awesome.
The original generator.
Oh, Lando, that's awesome that your G4 came in. How do you like it, man? Have you had a chance to mess with it at all? We don't have any pedals to give away tonight, but we did find some more, and we'll probably be sending them out on one of the next live streams. I think we found, I'm not gonna lie, I think there's 6 more pedals that we found when we're cleaning up the office here, kind of getting ready for when we have to move in like late September. So, and we found like just dumb stuff where like legitimately we find like a board that we used at some sort of trade show or demo. I think this is actually like a board that used to have G3s on it too, not just G4s, that we used at Sweetwater for something. Okay. And like I'm not sure, they probably can't see this because it's too far away, but like these pedals are legit covered in a ton of dust.
Oh like, yeah, that's pretty bad.
They are gross. Is it going to be horribly out of focus? Is it? No, you can't see it anyway. Sorry. So anyway, yeah.
As long as on the topic of gear and beer, like what is that other the black bright switch pedal?
Oh yeah. So it's not what you think. It's okay. It's one of those. What do you call this? It's like a gooseneck light. Stopes, what do you call that?
Oh.
Like a board for.
It's like a pedal board light, like a.
It's a gooseneck light. Yeah, I'm right. Yeah. Okay. Great. Thanks. Smarts. Gas. Yeah. So you can hook up a light to it, so that if you're playing stages that are dark, you can see.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
I've never needed it because, well, I've never played on stages that dark. No. There's always in here. Now, a buddy of mine. Is one of the owners, well, actually a couple of buddies of ours from way back at our first Summer NAMM and maybe Winter NAMM show, own a company called Rockstock Pedals. Okay. And that, they have a great reverb called the Skyline Reverb. Oh, yeah. Cool overdrive called the Raven.
Oh, we've got a couple of those kicking around.
Yeah,
right?
There's a Skyline
yeah, they're right there. Yeah.
This is cool drive.
The artwork is cool as hell on it.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah.
Well, we have the Raven still, too. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they're both there, yeah.
We have stuff that kind of disappears and then I'm like, hey, where did my...
I feel like every time I walk in here, it's like stuff on all these like little shelves too, yeah.
And you're like, hey, and every time I walk in here, I was like, didn't I own this before? No, I didn't. Okay. And Sammy's always like, no, man, you don't have that.
No, it's around here somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Believe me, yeah.
You did not get that Night Sky pedal. I know you thought you did, but you didn't. So, yeah.
Mitch Fraser, anything new on the Dynamis side of things?
Ooh, that's an interesting question. The technical answer is no. No. So yeah, the real answer right now is nothing yet, but 2022, I would say there will be at least.
Just because nothing's new doesn't mean there's nothing new in talks
I would say we have started work on. I'll just tell you guys a little bit about what we're doing for the Dynamis. We're revoicing the second channel on it and changing some of the features. And, you know, we want to get back into building some combo amps. So, yeah, it's the existing Dynamis combo, which you guys can't see, but it's like just off camera behind Bo, is a 210 that literally weighs like 70 pounds.
I was going to say, I'd bring it into focus for you guys, but I literally, in my little body, lift it even 5 feet over this way.
So we're redesigning it completely to, like, we want to revoice the second channel because I think for who that amp is built for, including myself, the second channel is far more aggressive than I would ever use. If I want that much aggression, I will just play a generator.
Dynamis right now?
Yeah. And I'll either use a generator or I'll, slap a G2 or a G3 in front of it.
That's the way I would use it too, yeah. Clean channel with pedals in front.
So, yeah, so we're trying a bunch of, well, we haven't started yet, but literally this week we started talking about, what are we all going to try to change on it? How's it going to look? What do we want voicing-wise, or what kind of thing do we want to go after? So yeah.
So talks are happening.
So a little bit of a peek behind the the curtain that doesn't really exist because nothing's there, but yeah. So yeah, I would say NAMM time. That's our goal, is to have something for NAMM. So yeah, Robbie Timms, any more special run pedal colors coming out?
Not that I know of. You would know more about than I do, though.
Nothing like immediate. If you guys want to see something that we're thinking about doing, I could go get something from the shop to show you guys, like some custom color things that we might do. You guys can tell us if you like them. You guys want to see that if I go get them? You guys can answer, and then I'll wait the 25-second lag that our stupid internet has to see whether or not you say yes or no. Austin, do I have an update on the Power Amp sim update? I do not, but to be fair, Two Notes and like a lot of companies in Europe take like almost all of August off. Like it's pretty common that like a lot of France and Germany and places like that have like really long summer holidays, which I'm kind of envious of, to be honest.
I'm not gonna lie, dude, a little bit.
Yeah.
My schedule is so crazy right now. If I just wasn't working, it'd be way easier.
So it's kind of hard to get in touch with them, like their engineers that are working on that. And I know it's a software update. I don't think if Justin Bryant is still in this chat, Justin might be able to give a little bit of insight there because he's over at Two Notes North America. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go grab those pedals, but I'll just quickly answer Joe's comment. Joe, I talked to our graphics and photography guy today, and we should have the Generator 740s back up on the website probably like the latest it'll be up there on Friday. It should be up there tomorrow. So, but Bo, why don't you entertain everybody with your sweet sounds? I'll be right back.
Man, I just love that purple channel so freaking much. Slows down in the igloo walls. What was that? I looked down for a second and it seems like there's an internet thing happening right now. Oh, yeah.
Sounds good.
Thanks, man.
Oh, you know what?
Those are some fancy colors there, dude.
I got one of the wrong things here too. Yeah. Well, it's just a bottom, so I'll show you guys a bottom. So you guys can see the color, at least. So, there's a few fun things. Yeah, that's right, you did. All right. So, okay. So we'll take a look at a few different things, and we'll see. So these are just some colors like Corey, who's on here. A lot of the times, if you guys ever see him, he does all of our powder coating for us. And like every now and then, he'll just call me and be like, "Hey, you know what? Like, you should check this out. I got this color in." So this is like kind of a softer version of Seafoam. I don't know how. You know what? Can you go to this camera? Yeah. Is it going to be cool? Yeah. So you guys can kind of see. I don't know, like what the color correction is like. It's a little bit like Seafoam greenish, kind of not.
It's like a robin's egg blue.
Yeah. Well, it's a little more green than blue, right?
Really?
Like, yeah. I mean, I'm a little colorblind, but to be fair,
A little colorblind.
I am. No, but like, I mean,
I can see it now. It's a little green, yeah.
yeah. And then like,
I love the hot pink.
yeah, man. So then we got this, of course, which is, oh, dude, the color correction difference in there versus here.
Oh,
Look at
wow,
how
it's-
drastic
yeah.
that is. So this looks kind of like,
Like a soft, almost
yeah, it's like,
purplish pink
it's
in the
crazy.
video.
It is like bubblegum pink in this room.
It's
not,
so bright,
And
yeah.
like neon pink. It's not. Yeah, so this whole exercise might be useless. So, and then we got this, which is, again, more like a neon, like limeish green
Oh,
rather
yeah, the
than.
colors in the video don't come through at all, eh?
No, I'm actually super disappointed that we spent all the money on cameras that we did. And it looks like this. Yeah. So, you know, we got that. And then this one's a little harder to see. And we'll see if it comes through okay. So this is like, can you see that? It's like a black sparkle. I don't know if it's sparkling and if you guys can really see that or not, but like, it's pretty slick. So yeah.
Yeah, the speckle on it is great, dude.
Yeah. I like it.
I like it a lot.
Yeah. So, yeah, what would you guys like to see, right? Like, yeah, oh, maybe he's saying, yeah, it might be our monitor.
Possible, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I got one other thing I can show you guys that's cool that's in the office that's, you know, that's a cool color or like a cool effect. I promise it'll take me less time to get these. All right, so we've got this, which I don't know how easy it is to see. Man, that is really dark. Can you guys see that on the? It's like black almost to me.
Yeah.
Can you guys see the red in that? It might be our monitor that we're seeing. It is? So it's like kind of like the same idea. It's a textured finish. It's kind of like the.
I was gonna say it looks rough from where I'm standing.
We were going after like the Charvel like crack guitars from
Yeah,
the like
okay.
80s and 90s. And we were going for that kind of a vibe, but it's not like lines, it's more speckled in it, right? Yeah. And
It
then
almost
we've
looks
got
like a faux like leather look.
and then we've got like this kind of there, that's coming a little better. Like the teal one comes through a little bit cooler. So yeah. So that's kind of some of the like stuff we're somewhat messing with here. Yeah.
There we go.
I like the fact that I brought a pedal bottom so you can't tell what it is at all. They're like That just looks like a piece of metal. Do you think that this looks pretty sick?
Yeah, me too.
And the green, like, I think doing those as like neons, and this metallic black is just awesome.
Yeah.
It's one of the best fishes I've ever seen. So
I really like these two new ones here too, man.
yeah,
Like the textured guys.
yeah, it's a cool
It's a cool new
cool
look.
vibe, right?
Yeah.
And they you can feel the texture, right? Like
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. So that's kind of some of the things that we're looking at. Like we do try to find like if we can get like some cool powder coats or something into production or even for one-offs. That's awesome.
Yeah.
See you later, Andy, man. Thanks for coming and hanging out those.
Andy,
yeah.
see you next time, bud.
So it's kind of stuff that like we're up for doing like custom colors of pedals and stuff like that, but it's tough because we have a decent sized dealer network now, and what's happening inevitably is like we try to put in for we're gonna do 100 of these, right?
Yeah.
And then we do them, and then they're supposed to be done and gone. This is what happened with the shocking ones, right? So it's supposed to be like, yeah, we're doing 100 or 150 G3s, and then that's it. And then inevitably we end up getting like a dealer in Europe being like, can I get 3 shocking red G2s? And we're like,
I guess so.
like, we don't have any more of those left, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we've been trying to watch that, and also we get the issue that like those who buy custom color stuff, if you ever sell it, then we get emails coming in being like, I'm looking at buying this shocking red G3, and I'm wondering if it is different than the purple G3 or the black one, and we're like, nah, it's the same.
Yeah, different color.
Just a different color, so. Metallic orange run for L&M, that'd be cool. To be honest, Robbie, anytime I've talked to L&M about doing custom runs, they've never done it. Like I don't even know if they have, I think they have the white D20 now, but they didn't before, so. Hey, Scott, thanks for coming and hanging out for a bit, man. That's awesome.
Man. It's like a limited L&M run, like they would get like their own. What do you mean exactly for like a limited L&M run?
Well, like, so with Sweetwater, the G20 is exclusive to Sweetwater, or you can buy it direct from us.
Okay, gotcha.
And that's it. And at least in North America, they're the only ones that have it. And that was an agreement between us and them based off of, they came to us and said, hey, what if we did a purple one? And we were like, that's a good idea. Like,
yeah.
And they're like, hey, we're going to buy a bunch of them, but we want to be the only ones who have it. And I'm like, all right, it's your idea, so fair enough. So, yeah, so. Oh, Guitar Man, thanks for picking up a G3 at Sweetwater. I really appreciate that.
I love my G3, man. It's one of my favorite pedals.
Yeah, you know what? I was a big G4 guy once the G4 came out, because I'm more of a red channel guy than a purple channel, to be honest. But Sean was the one, like Tubbs was the one that got me onto like using it like as a lead, right? Like. So I'm gonna just do this, and then I'm gonna turn that. Oh, the gate's on. Good. Oh, that's why. I was already on the 3rd channel.
Purple channel with the G3 in front of it, yeah.
Sounds like my battery's dying.
Sounds kind of farty, dude, yeah.
So, like, I like that for leads more than, like, you know what I mean? It just cuts a little better.
Yeah.
So, I think,
I always kind of, like, when I first heard these amps, and I heard Sam kind of play testing them when I first started here, I always kind of figured myself I'd be more of a G4 guy, more of a red channel guy.
yeah.
But the more I played through them, the purple channel, the G, really seemed to be grabbing me, man.
Yeah, I've kind of come around the same way. I'm still a bigger green channel guy than anything.
That's where I live, man. That's my channel.
That's my deal. I'm gonna just do this, because I think one of my pedals is, I think I did a bad job of cabling my pedals.
Still
That's better, eh? Oh, you know what I bet it is? I bet you it's that power supply for the... There we go, that's better. Yeah. if you had unlimited budget, what would your dream guitar rig be? Huh. Dude, Dead Weasel saying, why am I getting YouTube alerts about Bo Derek? High five.
Oh! We broke the internet. We did it.
We said, I'm like, man, we should just put something about Bo Derek instead of Bo and Derek, because I bet you there'll be a bunch of people being like, hey, isn't that actress from like the 80s?
Yeah, it's incredible, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Half these viewers are just here tuning in for Bo Derek right now. Yeah.
I'm sorry that this is what you're seeing instead.
Yeah, sorry. You hate to disappoint everybody, but this is what you're stuck with.
Yeah. Dream live rig. Man, it depends on what my gig is. For me, I would say I probably have what would be my dream live
I've been looking
rig.
around this office. It's like you can build your dream rig pretty easily here, dude.
Yeah. I would say like I'd run a 120 and I would run an EL34 amp of some sort, like something Marshall-y, or if we develop something more in that vein, which is not happening anytime soon, just for everybody who thinks that because I said that it's coming. We haven't started anything, so don't get your hopes up. But like, yeah, maybe like a 120 and like, I've got a 80, I think it's an 82 JCM 800 watt. I would probably run those two together.
Nice.
Guitars, that's a tough question, man. If I'm playing hard rock stuff, honestly, probably these, like probably the PRS Tremontis, either the Tremonti 1s or Tremonti 2s. I would love if my Les Pauls would stay in tune. And
I was going to say I love my Les Pauls, but I'm...
Yeah. But otherwise, you know, if I'm playing church gigs, two D20s, the Holy Trinity of Strymons, and now this Night Sky thing. And and then a G2 stereo rig with a Telecaster or a Gretsch.
Yeah.
Yeah. And boots. Really nice boots.
And really nice, platform boots.
When I take my pedal board pics, that like, it's the perfect shot of the edge of my guitar of me looking down and my nice, like...
You gotta get those platform boots with like the goldfish and stuff?
No. It needs to be like, it needs to look like designer, like just cheese ball.
Oh, okay, yeah, like my boots.
And the picture needs to be more about the boots than the pedals. So I was mocking that. I'm sorry for anybody who takes those photos, but I don't care about boots.
I take those photos.
Manny's super upset because Manny plays on in a worship band, and he's like, man, all I've been doing is taking pictures of my Blundstones. And sure, the pedals are in it, but that's all I'm into. Yeah.
Burn Back Time is asking a question here.
Yeah.
He says, keep stopping by here. We got to get something, maybe a pedal. What do you recommend for pedals to put in front of my EL34 loaded triple rec?
Ooh, what are you wanting to do, man? If you got a triple rec, I just would not get the G4 because it's going to be, you know.
If you're going with one of our pedals, probably the G2 is all you would need as far as like
if you want
on top of that.
If you want to do like more like mid-gain tones, because I've got a triple rectifier as well. Mine does not have 34s. I've got 6L6s in mine. But yeah, I would absolutely get a G2 because I haven't been able to find that type of sound in a rectifier ever. So I would start with that, and then also the G2 would work as a boost to tighten up your recto if you're to tighten up your rectum. If your rectum fryer isn't
if your rectum fire?
Yeah. Have you never heard a rectifier?
No, I love it. I love it.
Yeah. Or we used to call them rectum finders. So the dual rectum finder. If it's a little flubby in the bottom end.
If your rectum fire is a little flubby in the bottom end.
Yeah. So.
Keep them coming, dude. Is that all you got? Come on.
Dude, Robbie, I have, like, what you guys can't see. All right, you know what? I'll show you guys somewhat of what you don't ever get to see. I don't know how horrible it'll be out of focus. And there's just crap everywhere, just so you guys know. So, you want to show them so they can see some of the mesas and all that crap. So... here he goes. Here's some of the stuff you guys don't get to see.
Yeah, here's a view of the office we've never...
And this is more a little bit of what we see. So we have like... So is it all like too dimly lit, or can they see?
They'll be able to see a little.
So there's like there's like the first 100p that we ever built go down, Alex. There's the first 100p. Underneath that is a JP2C of mine, and then that is that's serial number 1 of the 100R, and then above that is the go up a little bit. Yeah, so that's the 100R. Next one up that's my personal Generator 120 Mark II.
That's the 120, man.
Go up a little bit more. And what is that? Oh, that's one of 2 hand-wired Generator 120 amps that Dan built, that's where Dan and I partnered up together. You guys will be able to hear and see all of this stuff when we move into our new building at some point. So, and they're going to reposition so you can see kind of some of the other stuff. But, dude, there's so much mess when you go to see this. But, yeah, go ahead if he's ready. Yep. All right, so I got a Friedman BE100 and a PRS MT15 up there, along with, like, Ampede amp switches that aren't hooked up right now because, like I said, we're prepping to move. Go down a little bit. So there's a Friedman Flex. And then keep going. There's some cameras and a deluxe reverb. And then behind that, what you can't see, behind the guitar cases and crap that's piled everywhere, there is a 5150 block letter. And then Mezzabarba M0 is back there. And then up on the other side is, I can't really see, but the top is a 2-channel Revision F dual rectifier. The second amp down is the Revision F rectifier, and then Revision G or Revision, I'm not sure, Revision F or G, blackface triple rec. Then under that, it's in its case or its padded bag or whatever, but that's a Mark V. Underneath that is my 50-watt JCM 800 that is the best Marshall amp I've ever played. Underneath that you can't see behind the Fender there is a 76 50-watt Marshall JMP, which is just killer. And then underneath that is like a 72 100-watt JMP bass head.
I love this.
Or like the bass circuit. So there's just a ton of fun stuff that honestly... we will have it that you guys get to hear it all, and we do want to play with more of that stuff on the streams, and we do have like the Ampede switchers and that, but the room is just never set properly because we shoot like the videos that you guys see Sam playing in that, we shoot in the room, so like it constantly gets reconfigured, and it's just such a pain in the ass. And actually, one other thing, Alex, show them where you and Manny work. So, I mean, as best as you can without it being like horrible. So these guys are sitting at my desk right now. Yeah.
Hey,
so that's everybody wave to Manny. So, yeah, Manny is one of our builders and one of our
still be getting that shot, buddy.
Audio engineer, and then Stobes is right there.
There he is.
So yeah, so that's a little peek behind the curtain at what we do, and like Sammy's desk is here, which has got a big bottle of rum sitting on. So how do we get any work done? Surprisingly, we get a lot done. Like, but that's why
there's no rum sitting on my desk. I'm getting work done.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no wonder Sammy's not here today. Somebody left a bottle of rum on his desk, and Pepsi, and a bunch of other crap. So, yeah. So it's a lot of fun. I would say the kind of like downfall of having all this stuff is exactly that. Like I have not plugged into, I'll be completely honest, I still haven't played the M0 that I got, like the Mezzabarba, and I've had it for 2 months. But I'm very much an amp nut. Like
I'm sure lots of things from you haven't played a lot though.
Oh yeah, dude. Like I really like Mayona's guitars, but I've barely played that Duvel. There's a couple guitars over there that there's a Harley Benton over that I got from Henning Pauly. I've played once. I've almost never played the Ernie Ball Axis that's behind me. Lots of stuff. So yeah, Jacob English, no orange amps. You know, I had a Rockaverb for a little while. And I thought it was a great amp, but it's just, yeah.
That's what I've got at home right now is a rocker verb, yeah.
The 50 or the 100?
The 50 Mark II.
Yeah, it's a killer amp.
I love it.
I just, I had one for a while, and I actually sold it like right when I met Dan and I bought the 120.
Yeah.
And I do regret selling it, but in the same breath, I don't, because I have no room left in here right now anyway, and I have no time to play it. So, yeah, man, like it's, you know, that's one of the things I hope to see for us doing on the future Gear and Beers is just playing with all of the fun gear. Like there's
toys,
so many companies that build awesome stuff, and like by no means do I think we are the best of the companies that build good stuff, or or that we're the only thing people should buy.
Definitely,
I get that, you know, being in the industry that I found myself in the last 7 years has, you know, afforded me the opportunity to have a bunch of toys that I couldn't in the past because, you know, like a lot of them are write-offs, and and we do get a number of people that, you know, like I got the M0 because some dude wanted to trade an M0 for a Generator 120. Yeah. And I was like, man, I really want to play that amp, and they're from Italy, and they're super hard to come by, and people rave about them. So I was like, man, I'll send you a 120 for that. I want to mess with that. So, yeah. Greetings, Norbertson from Germany.
Hey.
Are there any other amp collectors in here?
I'm not. I wish I could be, but amps are expensive.
They can be very expensive, yes. I have some other cool things that like you guys probably don't normally see, but like I got like this is a '66 Fender Blackface Bassman. It is just, it's amazing.
The Bassmans are awesome.
It's got a Bandmaster output transformer in it. Okay. And it breaks up so nice. Like it's the tits, man. Right. Like it's definitely something that you will like when we get a chance to hook it up. But again, we got to get stuff hooked up. Behind that is a 212 Marshall 70 something JMP that is loud as balls, but very cool.
You said it was how many watts?
I think it's 100 watts actually. I don't know, 50 or 100, one of those two. Either way, loud as balls. And then over there is I have a 1960 Fender Bassman, which is also like right now it's holding up pedals, which is ridiculous, but
and right next to that too is the Rev Combo Dynamis we were talking about earlier in the show too.
That is, if I believe I'm correct, so that is one of like 3 or 4 210 combos that exist too. Most of the combos we built were 112s. Yeah, and that's the 210, which is rad. But I was
picking it up. I was for you before.
It's so heavy.
It's so heavy, dude.
Yeah, that's the biggest reason we don't produce them is because they're just way too heavy, and then they're a pain to ship. So
because of the weight, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'd love your guys' input on this. Like, as we're designing the new one, we've gone back and forth about top mount controls versus front mount controls on a combo. Yeah. And I'm actually a bigger fan of
top mount?
No, front mount.
Oh, I like top mount.
The reason I like front mount is because if you're going to tour with it, it's a lot easier to road case and protect.
Oh, okay.
Because you can just pull the front off and the back off.
Sure.
Yeah. Rather than having to pull the lid.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, when I'm looking at my amp and I'm on stage,
like to see what
it is, and I can't see anything if I'm 10 feet away from it, which most likely I'm at least that. Yeah. I can't see anything on the top mount. I mean, granted,
that makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Granted, I probably am not going to change very much if it's already past sound check.
If you're already in a show, yeah.
Yeah, but so.
Somebody was asking if you would have a favorite Fender amp.
Yeah, mine is that 66 Bassman that I have. Yeah. So far, the Fender Bassman's my favorite. George, no. Okay, so what everybody should realize about the way that we do things at Rev, I have nothing to do with, I shouldn't say nothing, but I have so very, very little to do with how Dan voices anything. I will get to try it after he's voiced it, and mostly I will give input on normally it's almost exclusively on dynamics or EQ shift, but the actual like kind of characteristics of the drive are
That's Dan's.
Dan's world.
Yeah, doesn't work.
And Dan doesn't work from this office, like from this office specifically. Like, so we're out in a building outside of our production facility. And Dan, the only time he's ever there is if him and I have to have meetings for some reason. So, yeah. Austin, that's a killer, that's a very killer list of amps, man. I really want a Splawn, man. We never see them up here, but I've played a few of them.
I've never seen one in person, yeah.
Yeah, they're killer. So, yeah. The KSR stuff is awesome too. I had a Juno for a little while. I was really impressed with it. So.
And he says, no more for me. You come on, man. One more? Just one.
Oh, it's always just one
You've
more.
come this far. You might as well just keep going, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Nice. Front mount controls. Yeah. Wide 1x12. With a 2x12 that matches. Man. See, the problem with that, for me, Robbie, is you get into the territory of things getting heavy again, right? Like, if you're going to build a combo that's the width of a 2x12, I mean, that's 30 inches wide. And, like, for reference, a deluxe reverb is, like, 24. That's already, like, I would say whatever we design, I'm going to try to have it at, like, 24 inches wide.
Yeah.
You know, maybe you could get a vertical 212 that would match. That would be cool. But, yeah. Adrian, yeah. Friedman's definitely tickle my fancy as well. I love the BE 100, and the Friedman Flex is just ridiculously cool. I remember the first time I played a Friedman, I was like, oh, this is exactly what I want a Marshall to be. Like, this is, I don't have to be that good of a player
to make it sound good?
Yeah.
Those are my favorite kind of toys, man. The ones where I can just play at my ability and I sound better than I am.
Yeah, because, like, otherwise, I don't play with a ton of gain, but I have found that, like, apart from the couple of Marshalls that I own, typically Marshalls feel really thin and stiff to me.
Okay.
And that becomes a challenge. So, look at this, Mitch. Okay, Mitch, I got a question for you. So we got a couple other people who have got Mark IIIs and Mark IIs. How do you feel the differences are between the Mark II and the Mark III? So we were talking about this with another owner recently that's got a Mark II and a Mark III. I love how long the lag is.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it's like, well, not only do we have to wait 10 seconds for it to get to him, but we can wait for him to formulate his thoughts. Right?
Make up his mind.
Instead of being like, hey, I should have sent you this question before, even though I had no idea that's what you were going to ask. Man, I love that carbon copy.
Oh, it's a classic, dude, yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, do it, man.
He sold his torpedo.
Oh, he sold his torpedo,
so he can't do it. Not gonna do it. Not gonna work. Yeah. The red and the green, yeah.
The red and green, yes.
Those are the two that got the most drastic upgrades between the Mark II and the Mark III.
The green is still like, I'm not a high gain player like you were just saying. You don't use a ton of gain, so the green is always the channel where I find I'm living on it, dude. It's my favorite place to be. And then you slam that with like an overdrive in front of it and get a little more.
Boost it a little bit. Nice. Awesome. So, how about you guys? Like, when you're talking about dream rigs, what would be kind of dream rigs for you? Like, dude, Hughes and Kettner, like David, Dead Weasel. Sorry, I thought this was David.
David Weasel?
Yeah, I'm just
I know
on
a
the
Dave
ball
Weasel,
tonight,
actually.
man. What's that?
I said I know a Dave Weasel, actually.
Do you? Man, I remember, like, back in, like, probably, like, 99, I bought my first triple rectifier. And it was, like, between that and the Hughes and Kettner Triamp. I'm pretty sure it was the Triamp back then. I'm not going to lie, I absolutely only wanted the Hughes and Kettner because I liked the fact that it lit up and
It's so, yeah.
it lit up and was glowing blue. That was definitely the driving force for me.
It's super flashy, man. Yeah.
But the dealer that carries Hughes and Kettner up here, like Mothers, was the that carried it at the time. They didn't have any, so me, like most guitar players, when I had, when I had the $2,000 in my pocket to buy an amp for $2,500, I was like, I am not waiting.
Yeah.
I'm buying for this. I'm buying an amp today. So I left with a triple rectifier.
That's kind of what I did when I bought my Orange too. I was like, I'm not taking no for an answer. I'm not gonna not buy my amp right now.
Yeah. Nice. Okay. What else we got? You scroll down a bit, Alex. Ronnie, yeah.
Got a 740.
Yep. Gibson SG. There's no way anybody will ever convince Ronnie to play any other brand of guitar besides a Gibson. Or an Epiphone. It's got to be one of those two. He's got an Epiphone tattoo on his arm, man. I've never seen anybody play. Well, besides Zach Wilde, I've never seen anybody play a Gibson. A Gibson at the kind of speed that Ronnie plays with.
Oh, it's crazy, man. If anyone doesn't know Ronnie, look him up, man.
Yeah, man.
Like,
Ronnie
can shred.
Ronnie, we got to get you to come out and sit here with me and shoot the shit and just shred your balls off for everybody.
Please,
that'd be awesome. Can you scroll up? I saw somebody said something about Quaid and ordering an amp. Oh yeah, okay, Evan. Nice, Evan. I'm assuming that your amp hasn't come in yet, but I believe you just built and Sammy just tested a number of Pro Series amps that were going to L&M, correct?
I just finished a whole shipment of L&M amps Friday before I left work.
Yeah, and I think Sammy was finishing like play testing and dressing and everything like yesterday and today.
Today, yeah.
So I'm
probably not today. I should have played today because I'm doing this, so I'm not sure what he did this morning, but I think yesterday he played most of them at least. Got them all ready to go.
Yeah. Nick Stones, what about Phil X? Besides the fact that he's an insane guitarist and also an insane person, like in a very good way. Like,
I wonder if you just heard he's mentioned his name before. We got the Phil X Friedman over there we were talking about, yeah.
Yeah.
The new Phil X model amp. It's so cool.
Scott, I wanted a Road King like really badly too. A mine from Saskatoon got one. This dude named Colin played in a band called Stereo Trap, and he had I thought he had a dual rec rig, and then he tried all of their guitar tracks for their album, and the producer got a Road King while they were tracking the guitar tracks, and Colin plugged into it, and he's like, I'm redoing all my tracks.
Everything's good.
Like, and this is back,
scrap it all.
Dating myself a little bit, but this is back before people really did very much reamping, or I don't even, people did. Stokes, did anybody do reamping back then? Like, nah. So, yeah, he went back and retracked it. And then the first gig that we played with him, I had my triple rectifier half stack, and he had his Road King. And I was like, my amp sounds like dog shit compared to your amp. Things sounded unreal. So.
The recs sound awesome though too, man. Like I love my Orange, but I was playing in a band like years ago. My buddy had a triple rec, and that thing just like the Orange is great, but it didn't hold a candle to what that Mesa could do.
The low end thump in a rectifier is just like the problem with it. Obviously you guys now all know that.
Obviously, he doesn't have a problem with mirrors, like they're everywhere in the shop. Yeah,
I love boogie stuff. The problem is for me was when we were playing live, and as soon as you are playing with a band, I mean, your amp just starts to sound. At least the way I was running, I didn't know about running a boost in it. I mean, this was shit like nearing 20 years ago now. So. The bottom end just starts to blend in with everything and make everything sound like a flubby mess, right?
Okay, yeah.
So if you're playing just by yourself, I always joked about the best thing about rectifiers, or the best thing about the red channel on the generator is like you play a couple of fat chords, it rattles your balls a little bit, and you're like, yeah, like, it's exactly what I want, right? And then you sit down and play with a bass player, and you're like,
introduce it to a mix,
like why does this not do that thing anymore?
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
I feel like that's why I've always shied away from like super high gain stuff though. Is for that reason. I feel like it sounds great independently, and then I bring it to a mix. That's why I've always gravitated towards turning the gain down whenever I'm playing. And now I'm playing more of these, and I find myself just turning the gain up just like here all the time. 'Cause it's so much fun.
Yeah, well, and it doesn't get flubby. That's the nice thing, right?
Yeah.
Like even the red channel stays nice and tight.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Yeah.
As you move up there, so nice. The Poo Ninja's out in full form.
Hey.
Yeah, playing Welcome Home, Fender Amp. Dude. I wish I could play Metallica, anything anymore. I just, yeah.
Never mind.
Rob, oh yeah, I mean I could play Enter Sandman, probably, maybe not.
That's what I was trying to do. And I got 2 notes in, and I was like, never mind. Yeah.
Oh, Robbie, man, that's awesome that you're playing bass in a band. And no, we do not make bass amps. We've been asked several times. I honestly, I mean, how many bass players actually want to lug around big headroom bass heads that weigh 70 pounds with, you know, like, I don't know, 8 6L6 tubes in it so you can have 200 watts of clean headroom? Like, does anybody want that anymore compared to like all of the Class D stuff that's out there that sounds amazing and weighs half a pound?
Yeah.
Like all the dark glass stuff and all that just sounds so good.
So good, man. Yeah. The dark glass stuff is crazy good.
Or like, you know, I don't know. I mean, I don't know enough about how you would compete with like an SVT.
Well, we're not bass players, right? It's
Yes.
like, what are we gonna do? We could talk to Dan and he could figure something out, but like,
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say there's not enough market for us to do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mitch makes a good point there. Like my buddy Paul Yee over at Stereo Bus was tracking bass tracks, and he actually uses a D20 for bass tracks.
And
20
just, watt? Wow.
Yeah, because he just keeps it low, runs it direct, and
That's all he needs.
Yeah, gives pushes the push-pull boost on there, gives it a little bit of grit, and away he goes. Jimmy, yes, everybody from the 60s, 70s, and 80s. That's the problem is I mean, I still live in this in the 80s and 90s musically, so I'm with you. I just don't know if kids today, these dang kids today,
they don't know.
I don't think they're quite on the same path as
Yeah, kids are crazy.
I
man.
was. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Does anybody else have any questions or anything?
I got a question. Robbie, how do you accidentally run your bass through a D20?
Hey, Jason, man, good to see you. Everybody go check out Jason's YouTube channel. He's got a great YouTube channel. Yeah. Jason does a lot of stuff with the Helix.
Oh, really?
And,
Okay.
Yeah, and he's done, I've seen him do some stuff where he's using the rev models in the Helix, which is cool.
Nice. Not Helix, the band.
Yeah, give me an R. Dude,
Love Helix. I love their song.
okay. You're making a funny joke, but do you guys want to hear a stupid story about when I was a concert rigger?
Yeah.
And-
Also, nothing you know my joke is not funny more than saying you're making a joke. Yeah.
No, but
Hold your laughter. Just tell me it was funny. It's good.
no. It's because you're going to love the reasoning why. So, Robbie, are you in Thunder Bay? Or are you in Toronto area? I don't know if I should wait for him to respond. I'll answer Michael Edward there, wondering if the D20 can be ordered in purple. I mean, anything can be done. Send us an email over to sales@revamps.com and...
Yeah. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah, I'm sure if you're willing to wait a little bit, the next time they're running some purple G20s, they might throw in a D20 chassis at the same time. It can be done. Anyway, the reason I mentioned Thunder Bay and Helix, so here's my funny story. So, for years, me and Stobes were concert riggers, right?
Yeah.
So we went up to work at this festival. It would have been like early 2000s, called Rockin' the Ford in
Okay.
Thunder Bay, Ontario. And it was a bunch of classic rock bands, and Helix was one of the bands. So, like, I don't know if it was all on the same day. I don't know if you remember Stoves, but I know you remember the show. But, like, the Sweet, like, Ballroom Blitz were playing, and Vince Neil from Motley Crue was there as Vince Neil. And Vince was just wrecked in the afternoon, side stage beside my brother going like, yeah, it's so sweet. Like just pissed to the gills, man. It was hilarious. But the best was Helix gets up, right? And you're right. Helix played their song,
Yeah.
right? So for any of you that don't know, rock band Helix from Ontario.
I think so. Somewhere in Canada here.
Craker opened for Helix at the zoo.
Hey, buddy, the zoo.
Helix has a great, anthem called Rock You.
Yeah.
Right? Anyway, so the crowd starts chanting after the first song, like, give me an R! Like, and the lead singer from Helix is finally like, look, we only have one hit song. Do you think we're not gonna play it? And he's like, of course we're gonna play it. And then he's like, screw it. Give me an R!
Oh,
and
man, yeah.
he just screams, he bursts into it, and the band plays it. And at the end of the song, or the end of the show, when they go to do their encore, they do it
Play
again.
it again. Oh, my.
So
Man.
they got one hit. I mean, I'm sure Helix has some other songs that I don't know, but they've got one massive hit. He was
Massive hit, yeah.
He was on a podcast that I listened to for a long time called Taggart and Torrance.
Okay.
They did
I
an interview-
know the podcast.
Yeah, they did an interview with Brian Vollmer from Helix where he was talking about how somebody gave him the advice to like save his money because they used to back up to this dude's house with dump truck loads full of money, and he's like, and then the trucks just stopped
coming. Yeah.
So he was talking about saving your money because he used to make tons of money. Robbie Timmons, they have exactly 3 songs. Well, you know what, man? That's 3 more than I've ever had. That's for sure. So, kudos to them.
If I can write one hit song, I'll be a happy man.
I would be thrilled if I wrote Rock You.
Yeah.
Like,
just one dump truck full of money. That's all I need.
I don't even care about the money.
One, yeah.
Dude, I've been a rigger for like 20 some years, and like Manny's worked festivals, and so does Alex because they're both in audio production. And dude, that feeling, like if you step out on stage and there's a crowd of thousands of people that start chanting any lyric to any one of your songs, like
just tears start streaming down my eyes.
You're just like,
man.
this is the best thing
Yeah.
on the planet. And you know what? I still want the dump truck full of money. It's not necessary.
I'm not
but
doing
I
it for
want
the dump truck full of money, but I'm not gonna shoo it away when it
exactly.
comes to my house. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not doing it for free,
Yeah.
but hey. But yeah, I mean, I would go play those festivals now for free.
Man, I played at festivals last weekend in front of like 50 people, and I was like, even at that, my first show in like 9 months.
That's awesome.
That's why we do it, man. Not for the dump trucks full of money. That's just a benefit.
Yeah, here's a good question for anybody who does play live. If you had your choice where your band was getting paid, let's say, I don't know, what's good money? Let's say $2,000 a night.
Yeah.
Is that good money?
I think so.
Okay.
That's more money than I'm making.
Let's say 10 grand
so
a night.
That's good money.
Okay, 10 grand a night, but you're playing for 500 people. Or 0, but you're playing for 20,000.
I would take the 20,000 every day, man.
Every
I'm
day.
pretty used to playing for no money already, so
Yeah.
it's not like I'm missing. It's not like I'm losing out on anything, right? Yeah.
You're like, I can live in a van for that.
That's my price tag already, just with a way bigger crowd. So I'll definitely take that.
Yeah. You're like, yes. Yeah, like every day of the week I would take more people over.
Yeah.
Over.
I mean, it's why we do it in the first place, man. I mean, right? Like
For the money?
Yeah, for the money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
For the money and the girls.
Are we
Yeah.
apparently just very bad at finance? We're like,
You know what?
Hey, you know what?
I'm gonna say one of us is really bad at finance. One of us has an office full of 50 guitars. The other one lives in a fucking broom closet.
When did you see my room? I was gonna say, like, I was just like, no way, man. 20,000 is more than 10,000, so I'm going for 20,000. That's people, not money, you moron. Yeah, it's just 20,000. You said, right? Good, we're good. Yeah. No, I don't play music for money. I'm not a professional, but I would probably.
I don't play music. That's not a choice that I've made. It's just the way it worked out.
Yeah, it's just that no one's really ever
No one's
offered.
paying me, yeah.
No one's ever offered the money that normally would come along with playing music. So, I'll just sit here and pretend instead.
Yeah, totally, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Is it your crowd though? Man, you know what? I don't care if it's my crowd or not. You know what?
If you're in front of that crowd, they just became your crowd. Whether
That's
they're there to
right.
see you or not.
You know what the hardest thing is? Whether you're in a band. Did Danny's here. Look at that. Did somebody say a dump truck full of money? Everybody say hi to our fearless leader, Dan Trudeau.
Dan the
Thank
man.
you. Thank you for making it out tonight for this exact moment. And no, Dan, there is no dump truck full of money, unfortunately. Or if there is and they stopped at your house and not at the shop,
You can swing it by anytime, man. Yeah.
none of us are going to be happy. Yeah, I would say whether you're in a band or whether you're, us, like trying to promote your product or promote your brand, I would say anytime you can get anybody's eyeballs on you, I mean, then it's your, then it's up to you whether or not you make them fans.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it.
Exactly, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Every chance you get to expose yourself.
Oh, no, Bo. We talked about this already, and that is actually not how things work. You don't want to go back to the jail anymore, do you there, bud?
I don't want to go back. Don't send me back.
Yeah.
I can't go back, man. I can't go back.
Yeah. Yeah. So in other news, Bo's not coming to NAMM anymore because he's not allowed to cross the border.
I can't cross the border, yeah.
Has nothing to do with COVID. It's just, some things that happened where he's also not allowed to be very close to schools.
Legal issues. Schools, public parks.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh yeah, Jimmy Ray. That's it's a Schecter Nick Johnson,
Dude,
and
these guitars are my new favorite guitars.
That's my favorite single coil guitar in this room by a long shot.
It's unreal, man.
I would be playing it except the volume pot is messed up and Bo took it.
Also,
Those two reasons.
Of all the guitar players that work at Rev, I'm probably like the least qualified person to play a Nick Johnson style guitar. Like this thing is it's such a machine.
I would disagree.
Oh, well, thank you.
I'm gonna see.
You're right. I'm the most qualified to play this guitar.
You might be. I'm trying to see who would be. Who's the most metal guitar player in the shop?
I've heard everyone play. I mean, I know Scott can rip.
Yeah, I mean, Craker's. I mean, he's here, but he's really, really into Strats now.
Yeah.
Like, he used to only be into 7 strings. Mm-hmm. So
I'm
gonna say this, Scott. Before we all convinced him that he should try Strats, Scott was the least qualified to play Strats here because, that's not even true. Because Scott's solo stuff is more Nick John. Like it would fit there, but.
Well, that's the thing. I love Strats. I'm definitely a Strat guy, which is why I like this guitar so much. But it's a Nick Johnson Strat. I am not a Nick Johnson dude.
Colin is the least qualified in the shop.
Okay.
To play that.
Colin plays guitar?
Yep, and Colin will play more like Tragically Hip, AC/DC, Ghana.
Okay.
So I would say that's very not Stratty tones. Like Colin's got a Desert Yellow, RG550. Playing Ibanez. Yeah. So, Scotty saw the light.
Yeah, man. I was never a Strat guy either until I got my first Strat, and it's all I want to do. I was also playing a Tele last night with the band for the first time in years, and I might get myself a Telecaster now.
Is it possible that you don't have a Telecaster? I mean,
I don't have.
You're very much in the realm of hipster look, and it's impossible for hipsters to not
have a Tele. I know, right?
I'm pretty sure as soon as you grow a beard,
it's the reason
a Tele appears.
It's why I am the super hipster.
Yeah.
I'm so hipster that I don't even do the hipster things anymore.
Oh, that's the most hipster thing I've ever heard.
That's what I'm telling you, dude. That's what I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I got Strats and a Jazzmaster and a Les Paul.
Well, Jazzmaster, there it is.
That's pretty hipster.
That's pretty
hipster.
Yeah. Anything offset is like. Yeah. You got
my
cool
Jazzmaster
boots?
got mangled this weekend too.
Really?
I was in the back of the band van driving back from the festival. I got landed under a bunch of hard shell cases. It's in a soft shell too.
Oh,
so
no.
the neck is just dog shit right now.
Oh. And I drove my beard out and 2 Tellies showed up in my guitar room. No regrets. I know, it's like I started playing at my brother's church again and all of a sudden Gretsch has appeared. I'm like, why is there a white falcon here? Yeah. It flew in here just one day. See what I did there? I made a really horrible pun.
Yeah, no, it's a bird joke.
Yeah, I know, yeah. Yeah, because falcons are birds,
just flew
right?
in here and boy, are its arms tired.
Yeah. I like that Manny and Stones
I know.
are
I love the
losing
guys
it.
laughing in the back. It's my favorite part now, yeah. I'm just doing this for those guys, man.
Dude, George saw BTO and Loverboy open for Van Halen.
What? Oh. When? Where?
CNE. Where's CNE?
CNE. I don't know. typo and
I mean,
CME, is it?
Loverboy, that would be a tough crowd. Like I mean, I'm actually a big Loverboy fan. I've got stories about, not very many stories, but I remember working at a country festival and like Stobie and I got asked to stay and like work as stagehands for the like, it was like the 1:30 to like 3 a.m. or like 1 to 3 a.m. Band at like one of the upper stages. And we're like, who is it? And they're like, Loverboy. And I'm like, yes.
Hell yeah.
I'm loving every minute of this. Yeah. And yeah, Stobie and I hung out. All we had to do is like, think we had to do was move like amps on and off stage and then just stay there in case anything broke. And,
That's not a bad
and
gig,
sit and
dude,
listen to Loverboy for an hour and a half or two. So good. Yeah. All the, like a bunch of the Americans are like, what? Who? You know, the kid is hot tonight.
They're like, no, we don't know it.
Oh yeah, no, he's not hot tonight anymore. No.
Oh yeah,
nice.
Exhibition Stadium in Toronto is what he's talking about. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't grow a proper beard, so Telly's only appeared when I paid for them. I also don't have the right boots either. I need better boots.
We'll get you a pair of boots, Derek.
I don't want them. I just want to mock them nonstop. It's my favorite thing. So, what is the weirdest choice for an opening band you've ever seen?
I
man.
wonder.
Ooh. I mean, I played in like a punk rock and hard rock band that was mostly like more pop punk to punk rock than hard rock at the time, and we got booked to play a festival with a bunch of like very hardcore and screamo type bands that like we had absolutely no business playing with. And we also played, remember we got booked to play that one show with Hot Live Guys and Castrati, and it was like they were like playing like the Boys in the Bright White Sports Car like covers, like just like, and we come out playing stuff at like 170 beats, 180 beats a minute, and people are like, boo. But we still sold a bunch of merch, so we still made some fans from it. But yeah, BT.
So the weirdest opening band was your band?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I was gonna say the same thing about my band. Actually, I opened for 3 Doors Down one time, and that was a weird.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, to Bert. That was a long time ago now, man. Yeah.
That's fun.
It was a band years ago. The band is super disbanded now.
I think I actually mixed that shit.
No way, really? Yeah, man. My old band, Fortunate Leaders. I was like. Hell yeah, that's cool, dude.
I like that Manny's talking to you and they can't hear him, so you're like, no way, that's awesome.
I didn't realize I couldn't hear him,
yeah. Mitch, BTK opened for OLP. Who's BTK?
Who's OLP?
Our Lady of Peace, isn't it?
Yeah. BTK. Wasn't BTK a serial killer?
I don't know.
He was. This is a rhetorical question.
Okay, of course he was. Actually, another choice for, speaking of Our Lady Peace, weird choice for opening bands. I saw Guns N' Roses in Winnipeg like 2 years ago at the stadium, and Our Lady Peace was one of the openers.
Yeah, I remember that.
And it was horrible. Like, Our Lady Peace, like, they were terrible. And I love Our Lady Peace.
Yeah, me too, actually. Yeah.
And, like, Rain Maida, the lead singer, could not have given 2 shits that he was there.
Really?
He actually said from the stage, we'll be off the stage in 2 more songs. We know you're not here to see us anyway. And I'm like, well, they aren't now.
Yeah,
like,
no kidding. Yeah,
good job.
Sell it, dude.
Like, yeah. I'm like, don't worry. You only have like 45,000 people here to see Guns N' Roses. Yeah. I mean, clearly none of them will like you.
Don't try to impress them or anything, right? Yeah. No, I saw that. I listened to that show from the parking lot with a buddy of mine getting drunk.
I got super lucky that one of my buddies works with like Miles Kennedy, and I had just done him a couple of favors, and he was like, I had messaged him because the Guns concert sold out, and I was like, hey man, I'm like, hey, you got a hookup that I can buy some tickets, and he sent me 4 floor tickets to Guns.
Floor tickets, dude.
And they gave us these wristbands that were like friends and family wristbands, and we couldn't figure out what they were for. So we're sitting on the floor, and I went up and asked an usher, I'm like, can you tell me what this is? He's like, oh yeah, let me show you. And they escorted us over on one of the PA delay towers and spotlight towers. Yeah. there was a separate deck that they had built 4 feet up with our own bar.
Man.
For anybody that was there, and we were the only ones that were using it, okay? And I was there with like my brother-in-law Adrian and like Paul Yee from Stereo Bus and Paul's girlfriend Jen. Like they had like beers and bottles of wine and pop and anything you wanted, right? And we were like, this is amazing. So we watched the whole show. It reminded me of like, I don't know if you guys ever listened to the comedian Tom Segura.
I love Tom Segura, yeah.
Tom Segura has this thing about his bit about how he flies all the time, and he always buys coach tickets.
Yeah.
And he's like, but because I fly so often, I get upgraded to first class. He's like, and the second I get upgraded to first class, as I'm walking by, I'm like, look at all these poor pieces of shit. Like, you just all of a sudden think you're like super special.
Yeah.
So we watched the whole show. It's awesome. We're sitting up higher than other people, so you can see really well. Show was killer. I'm a huge Guns fan, and like, if you guys haven't seen Guns N' Roses with Slash and Duff, like the tour that is out right now, it is worth seeing.
I haven't seen it. I've just
you listened to it
that one time.
So the next morning, I'm listening to the radio, and you know Wheeler.
Yep.
So Wheeler's talking about how he's like, oh yeah, he's like, we were at the Guns show last night, and we had these friends and family passes, so we were standing side stage the whole night, and I was like, those bastards didn't tell us that we could have gone side stage for the whole show. We sat out there at the like delay towers, thinking like, this is the best.
That's still pretty cool, man.
It was, but I was still like, oh, like what did I like? Come on, but yeah, it was awesome. Anybody? Is there any tours that are out that anybody's like super hyped up to see?
Man. I had tickets to that Rage Against the Machine Run the Jewels show like 2 years ago. I know it's coming around at some point again, but I don't know when.
I still have tickets.
You still have tickets? Well, here's the thing. I didn't have tickets. My buddy had tickets, and he doesn't have them anymore.
I kept mine.
Oh, and you're a smart man.
I don't want to tell you how many I got, but it's enough to make you sad. Rage Against the Machine is without a doubt my favorite band.
Yeah, my younger brother just started like getting into them heavily for some reason. I'm not sure why. But he approached me like a week ago and he was like, do you still want to go to that show? I want to go so bad. And I was like, that's cool. Do you have $500 for a ticket? Because I don't.
I'm not a huge fan of how they did the tickets for that.
No, me neither.
Where
nobody was.
It's like, was it like $180 a seat anywhere in the venue? But like, if you're in the nosebleeds, it's $180, or if you're on the floor, it's $180.
Was that how it was? I thought it got more expensive still than the tickets you got. Okay.
So I got tickets because it went on sale, sold out right away, right?
Yeah.
So I was, it was just after NAMM that they went on sale. So I was still in California, and because I was a rigger for, like, I worked out of the MTS Center here for probably close to a decade. I called one of the guys at True North, and I was just like, hey, I'm out of the country. If I give you my credit card, could you buy me some tickets?
Excellent.
And he's like, I'll try. I'm like, okay. And I'm like, there's a bunch of people here that wanted to go. And I was like, if you could get us 8 tickets, 4 was the limit. I'm like, if I give you 2 credit card numbers, could you try to get 8 tickets? He's like, yeah, but I can't. Like, normally we can say, like, can you give me floor tickets? And they'll, you know.
Yeah.
I probably can't use that hookup anymore, but.
You've run that well and pretty dry.
Yes, yeah. I don't normally, I know I've just told 2 stories about getting favors, but I don't normally ever try to get favors from anybody for stuff like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, I told my wife, I'm like, so they're going to try, but there's no guarantee. I'm like, so I'm going to buy 3 tickets if I can get them online anywhere. So like I can take my brother and my nephew, Luke, who's working for us now, really to go. It was actually when Rage got announced, I was traveling. And my brother messaged me and was just like, hey, Rage is coming here. And I've seen Rage twice. So I was like, hell yeah.
I need to go. I need to go to that show, dude.
So I was like, well, I'll just get 3 tickets. And then at minimum, the 3 of us can go. And then I'll unfortunately have to tell everybody else, like, sorry, like, couldn't get them. And so I got 3 tickets in the upper deck. And I was on, like, the second it opened. And my tickets were only in the upper deck.
Fast, man, yeah.
And the guy from the MTS Center emailed me like 2 hours later being like, I got you 8 tickets on the floor. So then, when they canceled it because of COVID, I was like, shoot. And they were like, do you want a refund? I was like, No.
No.
I'm like,
no. I wanna
no,
wait.
because there's no way
Yeah.
I'm gonna get the like whenever it does get rescheduled. So I think I heard it's rescheduled for like May or June next year.
That's what I've heard too. Yeah, like
But-
late spring, early summer.
Yeah.
Well, if you have a dropout or cancellation on it,
Yeah.
you let me know. I'll buy that ticket for full price, dude.
Bo's about to become my.
I'm gonna be Derek's date for the night.
I was
Looks
gonna say,
like
my new favorite employee. This is like, what? Did I get you coffee this morning? Yeah. Oh, how you
Derek,
doing
I
this
bought you
morning?
breakfast again.
Nice, Ed. You're going to see Weezer and Fall Out Boy and Green Day. That's killer. I haven't seen Fall Out Boy before or Weezer.
I
Both
haven't
bands.
seen Green Day or Fall Out Boy. I saw Weezer a couple years ago, and they put on an awesome show, man.
I saw Green Day at the MTS Center probably, it has to be almost 15 years ago now. It was a great show. The only reason I remember is because it was on my birthday.
Yeah.
And my wife was like, what do you want for your birthday? I'm like, I want you to not be mad at me when I asked to go work at the show. So I took the gig doing high rigging for the load in and load out, and then got a call to run follow spots.
Oh, yeah.
So I got to watch the show. It was
Right on,
tons of fun, man. Yeah. I got to see Rage for Rock the Bells in New York in like 2006 or 2007, 2006, with like, it was Rage, Wu-Tang Clan,
Wow.
Public Enemy, Cypress Hill, and I don't remember who else.
That's such a lineup, though.
And it
dude.
was unbelievable. And I'm not really a hip hop fan. So
No, but I'll take Cypress Hill and Public Enemy and Wu-Tang. Dude,
yeah.
Wu-Tang? Come on, give me a break.
I did not know one Wu-Tang song when I got there. But I will say that, dude, Flavor Flav was crowd surfing. Like, I mean, it was a festival style show.
Yeah.
So there had to have been 50, 80,000 people at
For
this
sure,
show.
yeah.
And yeah, he was out crowd surfing, and like the clock was hitting people in the head as he was going. It was awesome.
Flavor Flav.
And then a few months later, I think, or maybe a year later, Rage announced like a short notice show that it was during the Republican National Convention, and they were playing in Minneapolis at the Target Center.
Okay.
Because the Republican National Convention was at like I think the football stadium or something in Minneapolis the same time.
Yeah.
So my brother-in-law is from Sonora, Mexico, and I went online. I mean, this is like 2000 would have been like 2007, 2000, yeah, somewhere 2006, 2007. I called one of my buddies that I went to high school with that, you know, we were both huge Rage fans, and I was like, yo, Rage is playing here. We got to get tickets. We got to go. And he was living in Guelph, Ontario.
Yeah.
So he's like, okay. He's like, I'll fly there and meet you there if you can get tickets. And dude, I just went on tickets to like an online scalper. I bought 3 floor tickets for Rage for like $100 a seat in Minneapolis. And my brother-in-law didn't have, like, he's a Mexican citizen, so he didn't have a visa.
Oh, man.
His visa arrived to go to the U.S. 2 days before we had to leave. And it was the first time he had set foot in the U.S. in 20 years, like since he was a kid.
Yeah.
And we go in. The show was unbelievable. So it's in an arena, and we have floor tickets. And like at this point, I was like 20, probably 27. So I'm standing back at front of house, and I'm like, I don't want to be in a mosh pit. Like I'm old enough. I just want to watch the show.
I want to
right?
get tossed around.
Yeah, exactly. So we're standing way back in front of house thinking, you know, we're far enough away from the pit. But Anti-Flag was on first, which they were cool. Anyway, they finish. And like you just start people like just kind of pouring over the dasher boards from the 100 level. And I was like, you watch security just having no hope of stopping
they're
people.
so overwhelmed, yeah.
And I was like, all right, well, we'll see how this goes. And they just before so the house lights go out, and I can't remember. I think they either started with Bulls on Parade or Bomb Track. I don't remember anymore. But
Both killer
the
openers, though.
blinder lights come on, and it's literally like a waterfall of people just spilling over the dasher boards from the 200 level. And I was like, holy crap. And like, as soon as that first chord hit, I got pushed straight forward. The entire floor ended up being a pit. And I was like, Ah, shit. I'm in it now.
You're in it now, dude. Yeah, nothing you can do about it.
It's time to go. So the show finishes. Rage comes out. They turn the house lights on, and they're like, "We just want all of you to know, like, we came here in peaceful protest tonight, and we need you all to know before you leave, when you step outside, there are over 1,000 cops in full riot gear with rubber bullets waiting for you to start a riot.
Yeah.
So please don't.
Don't do
like,
it.
we came here peacefully, leave peacefully." So I still, on like my old BlackBerry phone, I still have a picture of my brother-in-law standing in front of a line of riot cops, giving the medal sign as his first time allowed into the U.S. in 20 years.
That's sick.
It was the trippiest show I've ever been to, and the most fun show I've ever been to, by a mile.
Yeah, I gotta go to that one, man.
Yeah, I doubt. Yeah. Yeah, man, I used to know all of those.
Me too, man. There's no wah pedal on my board, too.
I don't know.
Sam. And it's just another bomb track.
I love it.
That's a band, like, without fail, every time I hear them, man, it just gets me freaking going, dude.
Oh, it's so good, and I cannot wait to see them again live. But
Yeah, even Joel saying bucket list band for sure, man.
yeah,
Like,
dude, if you get a chance, like definitely in like I would say best concert I've ever been to, partially because of the like the whole experience and
everything
everything
about
after.
it, yeah.
But yeah, they were one of my favorite bands to see live, man. There's a lot of metal dudes in here who won't like this, but U2 was one of the best concerts I've ever seen live.
I like you too, man.
Yeah.
I say that like I'm a metal guy.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, you're
I'm not a metal guy, and that's lame. And who else was amazing? Incubus. I saw Incubus over 20 years ago.
That's probably a while ago now.
Yeah, on their Morning View tour in Fargo, North Dakota.
Yeah.
Just killer show. So killer band, like just super tight, super tasty. I think great tones. I can't remember from 20 years ago, but I remember it being pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Amazing what like Mike Enzinger does with like just a shitload of Boss pedals. Like, yeah.
I saw White Stripes on their Great White North tour, over what, 10 plus years ago now? That was one of the craziest shows I've ever seen, man. Just like for a two-piece band filling up that size venue, that kind of stage, like just put on such a crazy show.
Yep. Dude, one of the best sounding shows I've seen, in all honesty, I'm probably gonna get a ton of hate for this, but Nickelback at the MTS Center was one of the best sounding shows I have ever
I can
heard.
already see the hate rolling.
I have never heard a kick drum sound so good. Like, yeah, for everybody who hates them. I also have never heard a kick drum sound better than Animals. Like that Animals tune by Nickelback. The kick drum is just ridiculous.
Man, I don't mind Nickelback, dude. They get so much shit. I feel bad for them, actually.
They're Canada's AC/DC.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a fan. So, Incubus opening for Black Sabbath and Pantera. That is a lineup.
That's a weird one, yeah.
That is strange. Was it like on like the Science, like around, around like the Science album, or because that's like, I cannot see Incubus and Pantera for sure together. That might be the weirdest lineup I've ever heard of.
Yeah, like at least Black Sabbath and Pantera, I mean, like they're worlds apart, but
they're both metal.
they're both metal, and like, yeah, it makes sense.
Nothing about Incubus screams metal to me. So, yeah. Yeah, I saw that, and I saw that tour with Seether and Bush. It was great. Yeah. Singer still had dreads. Okay, so yeah, it was a long time ago. Back in the day, Tea Party opening for Blind Melon, that's a bit of a
fun one too, yeah.
Yeah. Are you saying that's one of the best shows you've seen or one of the weirdest shows you've seen?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Well, I think it's going to be about that time.
Yeah, it looks like it. We've been going for what, an hour Hour 40-ish?
Yeah, and like, I am sweating like a pig.
It's getting hot. We're turning the air conditioning back on if nothing else, man. Yeah.
Manny like refuses to let us have the air conditioning on because you guys will hear like a faint buzz, and I just this makes me so angry.
So snobby, dude.
It makes me so angry. And we even have LED lights, man. I can't imagine if we had like regular studio lighting. It would be just so hot in here.
Oh.
We would die.
Like the one that's a foot away from your head.
Yeah, I was gonna say like the one right behind you there. Yeah.
That's an LED. Yeah.
Is that an LED?
Yeah.
Oh.
They are. Yeah. What else? All right, Stobes, pay attention. Come on, man. Okay, guys, I think we're going to call it there for today. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. We'll be back next week with more of something. I don't know what. We've got some pedals that maybe we'll figure out some way that we can do some giveaways on the pedals for next week. And if you guys have any suggestions of things that you want to do or, you know,
Things you want to see on the stream here? Yeah.
yeah, like we're definitely gonna get some players, especially local guys, coming to hang out with us a bit. Especially once we get into our new space. Dead Weasel, yeah, we do still have hockey jerseys. There is, if you haven't seen the WTF video or the Winter Test Facility video, just go check it out. And if you just leave a comment with kind of your favorite Canadian saying, like, you know, what's going on there, bud?
Yeah.
How she goes?
I'm drawing a blank now, man.
You're
Yeah,
like,
you really put me on the spot.
you're like, oh,
really
no.
put me on the spot there, dude. Yeah.
You're like, how do I tell him I'm annoyed and I want to go home? Like, so, yeah, just anything, like any kind of Canadian-ism, drop it in the comment section. And yeah, we're giving away, there's still more pucks, jerseys, toques, hoodies.
Hoodies, probably, yeah.
Yeah, there's still lots of stuff. Go check that video out, put a comment on it. We'll give some stuff away. All right, everybody, thanks so much for hanging out with us tonight. It was a lot of fun. And we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, man.